everybody, it's BB again. I'm here to talk with you today about personal hygiene related to Burning Man. And this is a serious topic. There's a lot of things that can go wrong on the playa once you are there. If you've watched all my other videos, then maybe you're already ready to go and you're all set. Well, you have some things to think about before you take the fuck off, because you need to make sure that you are taking care of your personal hygiene out there on the playa. Why? Because it's very different out there. The alkaline dust does some crazy things to your body parts that you need to be prepared for, or you're going to be screwed. So this video is really, a lot of it is for females because I'm a female, but a lot of it can be generalized to men as well, transgender, anybody. So take what you can from it and apply it to yourself. So the day before you go into Burning Man, I would suggest, if at all possible, that you wait till the very last second before you're going to get in a car or the RV in Reno to take a shower. So hopefully you've done kind of what I've told you to do and are staying the night in Reno the night before to give yourself some rest. Well, take a shower the morning of and shave your legs. Take care of everything. Do what you normally would. Dry your hair completely and really prepare yourself, because this is the last shower. It's like the last supper. You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and making sure you go into Burning Man as clean as possible, because it might be a while before you take another one, especially a normal shower. So again, it's your last chance, especially if you're taking a tent, then it definitely might be one of your last chance. For women and men, I would suggest painting your nails a very dark color, like black or dark purple, dark blue, something that you cannot see the bottom part of your nails. Because underneath the nail is going to get so gross, you're not going to want to look at it, and it just makes you feel a little bit better. It makes you feel like you're being clean when you can't see how bad it's getting as the days progress. So I would suggest doing that either the night before or the morning of, so that you can't really tell, what's going on down there. If you have long enough hair, then, by all means, my strongest suggestion is going to be to braid it. This is too large of a braid, but I wanted to braid it for this particular video because I wanted to make the point. I would say braid them very tightly and do a few of them if you can. Think Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, or even smaller. One year I did 2 French braids really tight, and then I took the bottoms and made tiny braids from this point down, just really tiny ones, and people really liked that. You can look up a bunch of pictures from Burning Man to also get suggestions of unique ways to do your hair. The braiding is really because it's so windy out there. And the mixture of the dust, it's almost like a clay, and so it creates a helmet on your forehead. Like, literally, you cannot really get a brush well through it if you just leave it down. So that's why braiding is so important, because then when you take the braids out, it's just easier to brush in order to be able to take a shower and then redo them again. The first time we went, a lot of us did not do that, and yes, we looked pretty in a few pictures that first day, but we regretted it later on because we spent probably an hour and a half trying to brush our hair, before we took a shower. So that's what I suggest doing. I also suggest, if you're taking a shower, to try to brush your hair while it's wet in there with conditioner in it, because that's another way to kind of get around that. So braid your hair before you go into the playa is very important. And keep it braided as long as you can. Prior to going, put on your first outfit. If you're in an RV, this might be a little easier to like do when you're waiting in the line to get in. But I would say like just put your first outfit on like when you're in Reno so that you're ready to go, because the second that you get on the playa, dust starts coming in through the vents. And then you're kind of getting in and out, doing different things and talking to the people. So you get covered in dust pretty fast. And especially if there's a dust storm, then you're just already covered. So you want to just make sure that you're already prepared, especially your feet. So make sure that you already have your socks and your boots on, so that your feet are protected, because they are the most important part to keep protected on the playa, other than your private parts. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, so how do you prepare your feet? And this goes for every single day that you're there, but very important to start out this way rather than to have them exposed already the first day that you're there. So you need to put lotion on your feet. You take a shower, you put lotion on your feet, and then you immediately put tall socks on. And the socks need to be thick, and they need to be taller than the boot that you're wearing, because then your shoe is not going to chafe that skin right there, which happened to me the first year I went. And then I had a huge blister, and it was actually really uncomfortable like the rest of the trip. So you want to be making sure the sock is taller than your boot, where your boot ends, and you need to always be putting lotion on your feet before you put socks on. And caring for your feet is extremely essential, which I'll go into in a minute. Then once you're taking care of that, you've taken care of your hair, your nails on your way in, spray yourself with sunscreen if you're going in and it's going to be daytime. And I advise with using spray sunscreen, because once you have dust all over you, putting lotion on top of it it gets so gross. And so the spray lotion, at least you don't have to rub it in and you're still protecting yourself. So I suggest that. I do not advise to shower every day that you're there. One, it's unnecessary. You literally are going to take a shower, and then you may be in a dust storm 5 seconds later once you've just cleaned yourself, and then you're covered all over again and dirty all over again. So it's just so unnecessary, and so I just wouldn't suggest doing it every day. And two, you could be exploring and having fun rather than like trying to keep yourself as clean as possible. So, Burning Man is about being present and being a part of the moment and creating moments. And so you don't want to take away so many moments because you're needing to shower that frequently. So that's why you try your best on the way in, and then you pick and choose when you're going to do this. So I would suggest, if you're going to be there for a week, maybe taking 2 to 3 showers the whole time, and maybe only taking one where you're actually cleaning your hair if you're a female and redoing the braids, because it gets aggressive and it's unnecessary and it's too much. It's just too much, and you're going to be covered again anyway, and nobody cares how clean you are. They really don't. So what do you do on the days that you're not taking showers? You give yourself a baby wipe shower. So you're going to get a lot of baby wipes. I think I maybe put in another video how many packs I got for when it was 6 of us in an RV. But you're going to give yourself a baby wipe shower, and you're going to feel clean. It really isn't that bad, but you're going to want to, at night, when you get back from doing your shenanigans, or maybe it's morning and you're going to go to sleep during the day, before you get in that bed, you're going to take your shoes off and your socks off. You're going to completely give yourself a baby wipe shower. You're going to put lotion on your feet again, and then you're going to put socks on again before you go to sleep, so that your feet can continue to be kind of moisturized while you go to bed. And lotion your hands too. So that's what you're gonna do on the days that you're not taking a shower. And then just clip hand sanitizer with you at all times so that you can, keep your hands sanitized if you're gonna be eating stuff. Oh, my back hurts today. Okay, so I already said all that. So why are we taking such good care of our toesies? Well, it's called playa foot, and it's a scary name. So playa foot is actually a chemical burn. It basically means that you've allowed your feet to be exposed to the alkaline dust, and it's gotten into certain cracks and literally caused it to break. But it's a chemical burn due to the alkaline. So how do you take care of yourself if you get playa foot? Well, you're going to want to clean your feet really well. You're going to want to get like a bucket or a basin, and you're going to want to mix 1/4 vinegar and 3/4 water and let your feet soak for a while. And then you're going to clean them, and you're going to put lotion or antibiotic ointment on any parts that are severely cracked. And then you're going to try your best to keep them again in socks, moisturized and clean the entire trip. And you may have to, do that a few times a day if it occurs to you, because it can get really bad. And if it gets too bad, then you're going to need to go to the emergency tent to get, some further care for it. So that's why you need to be trying your best to not allow it to happen in the first place, and why it's so serious, because it can really ruin a trip, because you can't walk anywhere, you can't ride your bike anywhere, and you're kind of constantly in pain, and that's not good. So that's how you take care of playa foot if it happens. How do you shower? Good question. So, if you're in a tent, you're going to be pretty limited. You're going to do a lot of baby wipe showers. But there are options, and these are options for people that are not in a tent and in an RV as well. And I would say to use them if you can, because if you are in an RV and you are taking showers in it, you're using way too much water. And what's going to happen is that your tank of water, your gray water, is going to fill really fast. And then you're also going to need to replenish your water. And it's actually pretty difficult to find the people to empty the tank, and also the people that are there to fill the tank with water. We literally had to have people sit outside of the RV for certain times of day to try to flag them down. So the less that you have to try to get those people, the better. So what that means is that you need to be trying to not take a shower in the RV, because it's a lot of water. If you want to take a shower in the RV, what I do suggest is that if you have the gallons of water that you've brought for drinking and for other purposes, use one of those and then limit yourself. Put on like some water, clean yourself, shave your legs, whatever you need to do, and then lightly put on a little bit more rather than continuously having water going. Same with your hair. Use a bucket, fill it, have somebody do it for you. And that's the best way to kind of conserve the RV water. Other ways to shower if you're not in an RV is you can go to Sweaty Betty, which is a camp where they will specifically wash your hair with a low amount of water for you. It's actually really luxurious. It kind of feels like you're at a spa. So they'll do that. And they're only open I think it's towards the end of the burn. And then they're only open certain hours, and the line gets pretty lengthy. So you need to want to get there really early, like right when it opens, and stand in line then, or you might be there for a long time. And it is kind of, it ends up taking a lot of your time away from other things. You can also go to the human car wash. I can't remember what camp has that, but if you know, leave a comment. And what the human car wash is that you basically get washed by other people. And this is a fast way to kind of get a shower done, and it's a fun way to do it. But you do have to be open to being kind of touched to be cleaned in that way. I'm sure there's other camps that offer other solutions as well. I know that there's camps that do foot baths, so that's another option just for your feet. If you're in an RV camp, some of them will have showers available to you. So it's kind of up to you. You could also get a bucket and, do your own shower with low conservation of water. But be very careful because you cannot just pour water straight onto the playa. That is considered moop. So you need to be looking up and researching how to get rid of water in the correct manner on the playa, because there's different ways to do that and different ways for it to be able to absorb. So that's how you can kind of get your showers done when you need them, or get your hair washed when you need to. Just remember to bring a brush to Sweaty Betty if you do. They have brushes, but I suggest just bring your own brush. What to use to kind of condense your shit? Well, instead of bringing shampoo, conditioner, soap, blah, 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 just buy Dr. Bronners liquid soap. The soap is amazing. There's a few different smells. The peppermint is luxurious. And it can be used for body, hair, and even dishes. So it can be used for a lot of things, and it just smells amazing. And a lot of people on the playa use it, and then people love it off the playa once they've used it. So I suggest buying that rather than buying a billion things. It smells so good. Chapstick always. Keep it always on you. Your lips are going to become really dry because of the alkaline dust air. So always have some chapstick with you at all times. If you wear contacts, be careful when you're taking them out. You want to make sure that you're cleaning your hands thoroughly and that you're using protective eyewear on the playa, especially during dust storms, so that dust is not getting underneath them and then causing your retina to get scratched. So be using sunglasses and goggles when you need them. And last but not least, if you decide to be sexually active, you need to think this through. Be careful, especially if you have a little vajayjay. Be very careful. There's more than one reason why on the playa it is suggested to use protection. You obviously want to use protection for certain reasons related to having a sexual partner that go, with the common norm of understanding of the need for that. But there are other reasons. You do not want to get dust in your little poochie. So you need to make sure that what you're putting in your poochie is covered and clean and not causing your pH balance to go wacko. It's really, really easy to get a UTI on the playa. Just because you're having less showers, you're using baby wipes, you're using porta potties for bathrooms, you might stay in the same clothes for 24 hours, you're getting really sweaty, so you're creating an atmosphere of, not goodness down there. So change your underwear when you should or when you can, and wipe correctly. Perhaps use pH wipes if needed. I usually bring cranberry pills because it allows me to get less UTIs regardless, and I take them regularly when I'm out there. And then clearly use condoms, as those boys' pee-pees may have dust on them and they may get in you, and that's not good. Additionally, it may be fun back in the default world to stick fingers in certain places. However, do not do this in the playa world. That dust will linger under those fingernails, like I said, earlier, for a long time, even long after you're out of the playa. It's hard to get it out. So you can play in other ways, but definitely do not put fingers in certain places. And definitely have your partner clean and sanitize their hands well before, regardless. just in case there's a mistake. And after, make sure that you're cleaning yourself thoroughly again, and also changing your underwear and just being extra cautious so that you don't end up having a UTI out there. And then the second that you get home, take a shower. All right. I hope you guys stay clean, but not too clean. Do not be those people. Do not be the too clean people, because those people are annoying. Stay clean, but also stay dirty and stay dusty, my friends.